the best game hacking tool and the super tool on top of those. Ja, grüezi miteinander. Hello everybody, it's me, Game Tracker from Hackbot.net, and today we're talking about the top game hacking tools of 2022. And no, we're not just talking about one gaming platform, we're talking about all of them. First, I'm going to show you the super tools, the giga tools, that can be used on every single game, on every single platform to help you cheat safely and effectively. And then we're going through the individual gaming platforms by popularity. Now, I always recommend you play these videos on 2x speed, and I also recommend you drop the video a like if you like it, or if you find me slightly funny, which I'm probably not. And if you want more of this content, please subscribe. So let's get right into it. What are the super tools? The secret super tools. First off, this is the most important one to me personally because it concerns your safety. It's emulators. These things are amazing. Not only do they allow you, for example, on Android, to simply root your device using one single button, they also keep your account safe by protecting your device. You can easily use a secondary account to test cheats that you download online in order to make sure that they are legitimate, that they are clean, that they won't get you banned before you use them on your actual main account and your actual main device that you care so much about. So emulators are right up there. Emulators exist and are most relevant on Android because Android has emulators. iOS sadly does not have emulators. If you want to use an iOS emulator, please switch to Android. There are also a lot more mods and cheats and hacks available on Android when it comes to game hacking. So that is very highly recommended for you guys. There is no iOS emulator anywhere in the future that I can see for the next 10, 20 years, probably. So, same thing goes also for PC. There are virtual machines that do the same thing. Emulators are also very useful for Nintendo consoles. A lot of them have emulators and they have cheating software and cheat code software integrated right into the software, which can be very useful. They can also be used to create bots. Just Google Hackbot create bot if you want to get that tutorial. Hackbot create bot, and you will be hooked up with our game hacking tutorial on how to create your own bots using macro editor software and emulators on PC. Very, very useful, especially in online RPGs and games that require a lot of farming. Now, the next super tool, of course, the humble, not at all self-promotion, Hackbot.net. If you want to go do Hackbot and use our tool that will help you find legitimate cheats and hacks for any game on any platform, be it Android or iOS or PC or consoles, please head over to Hackbot.net. Just simply Google Hackbot or game hacks, just game hacks, and you will be hooked up. Go over to Hackbot.net. Then you can go to download cheats in order to find the tutorial on how to use our tool properly and find legitimate cheating software from websites that are offering, of course, legitimate and clean cheats and have been doing so for a long, long time. Because if you have ever used the humble Googles over here to find cheats, let's just, for example, Google Coin Master Hack, you will find a lot of, what is this? Weird PDF files, more weird PDF files, cheats that aren't possible because it's unlimited money in an online game, which is impossible. If you want to learn more about that, please head over to Hackbot.net, go to Learn Cheating, and here you'll find all the basic information, for example, about money hacks and in which games they are possible. By the way, TLDR, they are not possible in online games. Usually, 99% of the time, especially the popular ones. So, on Google, you'll find a lot of scam generators. They will never work, they will scam you, they will give you malware. It's not a fun experience to use Google in order to find cheats unless you find Hackbot.net by some accident. So, that is why I recommend using our Hack Finder tool on Hackbot.net. Just simply head over to Hackbot.net, go to download cheats, follow the tutorial on how to use the Hack Finder tool, yes? For example, you can enter the, sorry for the French accent, by the way, you can enter the name of your game. So, For example, PUBG Mobile, PUBG Mobile, Mobile 17.0. So that would be the Android version. Now, when it comes to mobile games, the exact version of the game is a pretty important thing to enter. The way you can find the exact version of your game there's a tutorial underneath the tool where it goes to check game version. This will show you how to check the game version on Android, iOS, and PC alike. Now, on PC, it usually will not be necessary to do so. So, if you, for example, want a, I don't know, Call of Duty Aimbot. Well, okay, I have the American keyboard enabled, so I need to switch my, the way I enter my Y's and my Z's. Oh, such privilege to be a Swiss person, of course. Anyways, so when it comes to PC games, you will not have to enter the actual version of your game in order to be hooked up with cheats from legitimate sources. But when it comes to mobile, the actual version will be pretty important. So for example, yeah, for PUBG Mobile, you will want to enter the exact version of your current game, because else you will be hooked up with a outdated mod or an outdated hack or something that's simply not going to work, and in the worst case might even get you banned, which is why I in the beginning recommended you guys to use emulators to test your cheats, even just to make sure that it's up to date as well. Even if it's legit, even if it worked at one time, it might not work anymore because there's a new version out of the game and the old version of the cheat does not work anymore. So that is the second tool. It's Hackbot.net. It's by far the best tool, of course, in order to find legitimate cheats from legitimate providers. We only let cheat providers and sources into this tool that have been around for a long time, that have been providing clean software, working cheats, and have been rated highly by their users, and that we personally have used before in order to cheat and know that they work. And they also have to keep their platforms and their forums clean from any spam, scammers, and other weird malicious stuff in order to end up in this tool, which is why I highly recommend it. This is the way to find cheats without getting scammed or malware, such as you will probably get if you're using Google. And wow, oh, there's also an Arabic result. Great. That's basically my first language. Ja, grüezi miteinander. That was Swiss German, by the way. So, anyways, let's move on to the more specific tools. So if you go to Hackbot.net, go to our software section, you will find the top game hacking tools for the platforms. Now, of course, the most popular platform at the moment in 2022 is Android when it comes to game cheating, and also as a gaming platform, it's quickly becoming the most popular platform out there. The top tools for this are, of course, Hackbot.net, already explained. Game Guardian is a memory editor. It's basically the cheat engine of Android. It can pretty much do what Cheat Engine does, but it does it for Android. It's amazing. There are no ads, there is no weird stuff. It will require a root. You can use it without a root as well, but it's going to be more complicated and it probably won't work on online games. So I do recommend you using an emulator that is rooted, or you root your device. Please don't root your newest device, your newest Android device, because remember, the process of rooting can brick your device potentially if something goes wrong. So always this applies. Then Hackbot.net, of course. SP Game Hacker is just an alternative for Game Guardian if somebody needs that freedom APK. Lucky Patcher might work sometimes. It's a hit and a miss. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Usually, I would say the hit rate is like 20 to 30% on the more popular games with that one. But Game Guardian has a lot of scripts that will enable mod menus, and there are a lot of in-depth tutorials on how to use it. So it's highly recommended if you want a memory editor on Android. Let's move on to the second most popular game cheating platform, Windows PC. So Windows PC, the uncontested champion, is of course Cheat Engine. Huge community of cheaters, lots of cheat tables, lots of techniques, all of the features. There's no close competition whatsoever for cheating at all. Cheat Engine is the best by far. And then auto hotkey is good for creating scripts, like for example an automated script that triggers, for example, a heal or loots for you, stuff like that. Auto hotkey can be used for that. Then for iOS, sadly, the tools are more limited as it's more of a closed garden system. Once iGameGuardian is released, that will probably be the best tool for iOS, but for the moment, it is, of course, mods and Game Jam. Game Jam is basically the cheat engine for iOS. It's a lot less complex, a lot less features, but it does work. Now, last but not least, the overlooked super tool. I didn't want to put it at the beginning of the video because it's just so, it's not fancy, you know. If you talk about bots, it's in our name as well, Hackbot.net. We deem it to be one of the most powerful tools for cheating in video games. If you go to our tutorials section, you will find the how to create a bot for all platforms. I highly recommend watching this. Bots can be used in so many games these days, especially if they have a static navigation. A bot is able to automatically click stuff for you, automatically collect rewards, daily rewards, automatically complete auto battles, quests, and so on. If it's set up correctly, there's even script software that can have image recognition, so they can find images on a screen and click it, which can make the bot even more complex. There are if loops and other stuff that you can do, highly programmable if you have the time to put in, especially very, very good for online games that require a lot of farming, such as gacha games and stuff like that, which are very popular these days, and probably a bunch of you guys are playing. So, I highly recommend checking out the tutorial, see if it applies to any games that you play, and maybe try using a bot. It's quite hard to set up. You have to do some stuff yourself. It's not all pre-done for you, but in my experience, the best times where I've had using cheats were when I was farming online games and browser games using game bots, macros, and so on. So I highly recommend checking out that tutorial. Bots can farm games for you 24/7, 365 days a year, which is potentially very, very, very overpowered, of course. So, with that is it, basically. So using emulators is one super tool. Then Hackbot.net, just Google Hackbot or Game Hacks. Very, very useful, best tool for finding legitimate cheats and skipping all the scams you will find on Google and other search engines. Then bots, very overlooked, extremely overlooked, of course. And the tools for the specific platforms we went over. For Android, Game Guardian is uncontested, pretty much as the best one. Then for iOS, Game Jam, and for PC, Auto Hotkey and Cheat Engine, of course, the mother of all game hacking tools, basically, and the oldest and best of them, which of course requires a lot of respect to be given. So, anyways, guys, that is the best game hacking tools on all of the platforms, and the super tools on top of those. How much more could you ask from one video? So I do believe, of course, very humbly, I would humbly request that you put a like on the video, please, give a poor fellow a little bit of a like. I would very much appreciate it. And if you want more of this content, if you want more to know more about the depths and the amazingness and gracefulness of game hacking, subscribe to the channel, and I'm looking forward to seeing you guys next time. Game Tech Route!